As the League progressed, humanity was wiped out. It was all fine as they were close to succeeding in the final round. But in that moment, an orb shattered in his grasp, the sound echoing around him. A figure laments with such a shame, you were so close. His smirk is wide, his eyes gleam with malice, the game isn't over yet. Suddenly, a blinding light. Administrator J has interfered, the game is reset, forcing a return. He awakens in a ruined city. A familiar, unwelcome sight greets him again. A voice yells, get a grip and wake up. Kang Xian lies in a pool of blood, someone shouting his name in the distance. There is hope. An administrator watches Kang Xian, commenting it's a rare sight to see someone reach the final round. It's a reward. But you too have reached your limit. Amidst the ruins, a voice declares, in the end, disruptors are still just that. Before Kang Xian stands a cosmic entity, its giant eye looming. This is your ending, it booms. Be grateful for the attention. The cosmic entity smiles, offering a chance. If there's a last request, I'll grant it. Struggling and desperate, Kang Xian pleads, give me one more chance. The cosmic entity's smile widens. That's beyond my authority, unless you mean the gods. A figure walks away saying farewell. It's the sword star, Jin Yihe, looking heavily injured. The League has failed, that was their shared conclusion before it all went black. Jin Yihe looks up, confused and disoriented. Yihe finds herself in a room, it's a normal day. She's suddenly thrown into a battlefield, disoriented and alarmed. Confused in bed, Yihe asks, WH, what's this? Suddenly, she has a grasp in reality. She sits up in bed, the room familiar. Is this like seeing my life flash before my eyes? Yihe is even more confused. What's going on? Her phone vibrates with messages showing it's July 21st. The date on her phone reads from 10 years ago. My friends are alive. Looking at her phone, Yihe confirms there's no doubt. It's 10 years ago when the League started. Wait, if I've regressed to before the destruction. Yihe realizes something important. Yihe dramatically gets out of bed, realizing the gravity of the situation. A few hours remain before the League starts. Before that, I must find Kang Xian. Players, you gathered, the League is faction warfare. Kang Xian's death was a heavy blow. Yes, this time I'll start with him from the beginning. She has to end the League. With a resounding K-Kang, the day arrives as the League is about to begin. Someone ascends the stairs, workers resting below commenting about their dedication. This route takes too much effort. It's inefficient to include it in the routine. For a laborer, he's weak. Someone thinks watching Kang Xian struggle up the stairs, he collapses exhausted. Kang Xian sits, catching his breath and assessing his surroundings. But it's not bad, he thinks. Another worker questions how he did it all himself. The younger, the stronger. Workers comment for Kang Xian to take it easy. They recognize his talent. With your brain, you could go to a prestigious university. A worker declines Kang Xian's work ethic. No thanks, universities don't put food on the table. Kang Xian takes a job to support his younger sibling. He receives his wages with a little extra for his efforts. Kang Xian is asked about a gift. He thinks to himself that he already has a plan in mind. Kang Xian walks into Onyx shopping mall. A saleswoman greets him with a wide smile and a hello tilde welcome customer. He replies, I'm looking for something for my younger sibling. The saleswoman suggests a good school uniform jacket. It's on sale for 119,901. Kang Xian hesitates, contemplating a school uniform jacket. 120,001 is too expensive for a day's wage. Later, Kang Xian gets a call from his younger sibling. Hi Young, it's my birthday today, can we have chicken? Kang Xian finishes his call. I'll get that brand clothing. He then replies, sounds good, tell me what chicken you want. A message from his sibling pops up, filled with excitement. I'll set everything up for the meal, thanks Hi Young. He reflects on the jacket price. I've never bought clothes over 100,001 before, can he really afford this? He thinks to himself, he's gonna love it for sure. Kang Xian approaches the elevator to see a crowd. They were fine when I came up, suddenly. Kang Xian arrives at another obstacle. And the escalator's under maintenance too, I better take the stairs. A dark smoke blocks the way, someone warns, sir, be careful. What's happening? Kang Xian pushes past the crowd, who is trying to pry open the elevator door. It's not a fire. Kang Xian gets slammed backward by an unseen force. The shockwave sends him flying. Is this the League's unexpected start? He is barely standing. Kang Xian wonders what was that. He wonders if it was fire. The lights flicker and an announcement declares the store's closure. Panic rises among the crowd. Kang Xian checks his phone. They close the store and there's no service. Trapped with a fearful crowd, confusion sets in. What the hell is happening? Destruction came without a warning. The crowd's confusion soon turns into horror. A message echoes in his mind. Disruptors have no right to refuse. All must prove their worth in the leg. The survivors scream in terror as blue screens materialize. The first impression of the leg has begun. The mall descends into chaos as the League officially commences. It's almost like an Asura. Towering above the crowd, a colossal eye appears in the sky. Panic is widespread. What creature has made its presence known? Amidst the chaos, Kang Xian curses. Forget the fire, I gotta get out of here. Humans scream, oh Lord. Kang Xian stands in shock, caught in the panic. Screams fill the air as the crowd panics, some yelling for help. They are trapped, unable to move. A voice echoes, are there really such monsters outside? Past meets present, the League has begun. Junho's all alone at home. The scene cuts to a different perspective on the chaos. An elevator malfunctioned. The power's out and the stairs are closed, leaving only smoke. Despite the warning sign, Kang Xian decides, in that case, he sees people are pushing to leave. Is he making the right choice? The dark smoke spreads rapidly. How did it get all the way here? Kang Xian spots a place to tie his shoes and says, shit. He realizes, I have to find an exit that's not blocked. And a loud announcement booms overhead. Escape this mall. Kang Xian prepares to move. Driven by protectiveness, Kang Xian grits his teeth. Just hold on, Junho, I'll definitely come to get you. At the basement parking lot, terrorized humans scream, don't come any closer. Is it an alien? They keep coming. Monsters scream as they descend. A desperate cry rings out, a plea to flee from impending doom. Run. Monsters descend into the parking lot, screeching. Chaos intensifies, the League has truly started. Monsters emerge, brutally slaughtering people. Even a moment of hesitation is fatal in this situation. The crowd screams, what are those things? Help me, please save me. The League's twisted rules are presented. If you want to live, move without hesitation. 2 fighters are ready. A monster screams in pain. Kang Xian prepares to fight back, his expression determined as he braces for the challenge. This time it's your turn, Kang Xian. As he engages in combat, enemies fall easily, blood splattering. It's something that past Kang Xian has experienced. A figure appears seemingly from above. Show me Kang Xian, it's Jin Yihe, she's looking for Kang Xian. That you can end this leg. Kang Xian, determined, clenches his fists as the text fades. The Onyx shopping mall, now a scene of destruction, marks the beginning of Destruction D-Day. But what happens next? The exits are blocked, escape impossible. Panic rises as they wonder if the black substance can be removed. Desperate cries echo as the crowd surges forward, rushing towards the escalators for a chance of escape. Facing reality, he realizes escaping is impossible, thinking to contact Junho, but his efforts are in vain. His phone useless, a woman questions if it is planned terrorism, suggesting he uses his strength. Is anyone's phone working? The clapping reveals a sinister woman with red hair, greeting everyone with a cheerful, wonderful day. She insists everyone focus to wrap things up, but states it doesn't mean much. A greeting. The Cosmic Ecosystem Management Bureau member is also known as Administrator K. Administrator K explains Earthlings are designated as a disruptive species for extermination. Administrator K states it's a policy, but a man pleads to be let go. Amid the desperate pleas and calls for police, Administrator K hears someone say she just looks like a crazy person. Administrator K understands not everyone sees the opportunity presented. She then states she'll respect their right to choose to participate. Administrator K gives the Earthlings 5 minutes to decide. Hurry, the League has already started in other places. The crowd murmurs in disapproval, each with their own reasons ranging from fear to defiance. Everyone wants to escape. The mysterious green glow intensifies as the crowd gasps, realizing the power someone holds. No way does that mean he's. An earthling disagrees but accepts the policy. He believes this is the right choice. A man questions if the student knows what he's agreeing to, fear evident. But what's next? The student wonders why he's hearing Administrator K's voice in his head. It's a private conversation only for them. Administrator K's voice echoes, offering a proposition to the student privately. Administrator K states that if the student succeeds, there'll be a reward. No penalty for failure, but can he hear her? He questions, is this really possible, as he reflects on everything he's seen so far. The student realizes this game is real and yells to everyone to hear. He warns the crowd, it's best to go with O or else they'll die. A man ridicules the student's choice, asking if he thinks this is a movie. Annoyed by the situation, someone laments not being able to post a story. Another yells at the student and the student gets ridiculed. An average man asks if everyone read the explanation. Doesn't everyone want to go back home alive? The man is skeptical and doesn't trust the leg, hoping the police will arrive soon. He wishes it was fake. A ticking clock appears, counting down the final moments. Isn't our remaining time just 1 minute? However, if life is the stake, the remaining time ticks away, driving panic. With time dwindling, Administrator K ominously declares, "You'll have no choice but to change your mind." With only seconds remaining, a man thinks he has already won the bet. Everyone moved except two. Desperation fills the air as time ticks down. A man begs for it to be fake. Enough, everyone fell for manipulation. Administrator K declares, "Time's up," but what happens now? The game starts. Suddenly, those who refuse the league are attacked. A man's scream echoes as he collapses to the floor. People are in shock after the declaration, but the student recalls what Administrator K said. The student sees the bloody reality. The text amplifies this. It was all true. Administrator K congratulates the student with praise. She is intrigued by the student's aura and declares he's won. The student opens his inventory, finding a gun with 10 bullets. "You said sell," he asks. He asks if the items can be sold. Administrator K states he will find out eventually. An explosion booms as a man begs for help. Another asks what that noise is. Amidst the chaos, cries for help rise as a man falls, covered in blood, realizing the true terror. The sound of squelching, like something being crushed, echoes throughout the scene. Panic erupts as survivors witness the horror. "That thing ate a person, what is that?" someone cries. "It's coming this way." The student stares ahead, a sense of dread washing over him. The league has begun. Administrator K announces it's time to embrace reality. The tutorial is starting now with monsters appearing. The towering monster roars as desperate cries fill the air. People are running for their lives. The world descends into chaos as a desperate cry pierces the horrifying scene. Wait, wait, damn it, please. A man screams in terror as he is attacked. A thud is heard and a monster appears, Kayak. Caught in the league's deadly game, the student wonders, how is this a chance to survive? A monstrous screech fills the air as the people shout, run, and sir, behind you. Amid the monster attacks, a text bubble shows, this is just a massacre, I can't die here. Determined to survive and protect Junho, he faces a goblin-like monster. A piercing shriek shatters the tense silence. Kyaak. He sees a goblin-like monster's glowing eyes. Ah, he gasps, realizing the danger before him. The student is launched backwards by the goblin's attack, yelling, Kyaak. He shouts damn, as the goblin screeches, breaking his arm with a kick. Kyaak sprain. More attacks follow. He struggles to defend himself, yelling in pain as he is kicked. He grits his teeth in pain, realizing the hit grazed him. His skin is torn, but he knows another hit could be fatal. He thinks he needs to run away quickly, wondering why the goblin struggles to move. The student is panicking as he wonders what to do with the sword. Amidst the monster's screech, he realizes his inexperience. There might be another way. While others are celebrating, he's struggling, especially on Junho's birthday. But as the goblin attacks again, the student thinks, I absolutely cannot die. Despite the immense danger, the student's determination hardens. I can't leave Junho alone. The goblin shrieks in pain as blood splatters, while the student falls backwards. The goblin's head smashes on the floor with a gruesome quaduck sound. The student wins. Huffing, the student struggles to breathe, red eyes glowing with a fiery determination. The goblin screeches, looming over the boy. He thinks about how others are enjoying their post-exam trips. So why am I doing this? It's Junho's birthday. He can't die, not today, not when he needs to protect him. With a scream, the goblin is slashed in half by a powerful glowing blade. The goblin lets out a final, ear-splitting shriek as it dissolves away. He pants, struggling to stand, clutching his side. A new monster appears above him. He collapses, his hand outstretched, stained with blood as he gasps for air. He can still feel it, the heartbeat of that monster, he whispers, examining the blood on his trembling hand. He's panting and gritting his teeth. I don't have time for this anymore. Goblins swarm the survivors. He grabs Junho and shoves him away from the incoming wave. Get lost. He's confused, blood trickling down his face, trying to understand what's happening. The goblins leap and screech, rushing him again, teeth bared. He's confused by the sudden weakness of the goblins around him. Why do those creatures keep falling over? Suddenly, the goblins are being skewered by something unseen. He looks up, confused as they fall around him. Could it be a clothes hanger? Goblins swarm him and another survivor begs for help. Get lost, you little shits. The survivor screams for help, a goblin lunging at him with a knife. The survivor's wrist is grabbed with immense force, bones cracking. The goblin screeches as it's ripped towards him. He notices the goblins are having trouble getting back up. As expected, they have trouble standing again. A goblin screams, blood gushing from its throat. You are nothing special. He shouts, all right, everyone move to the side. His hand reaches out, grasping something. He yells at the others to move to the side, but they don't understand what he means. Ah, screw it. He wonders why the goblins are suddenly acting like this. What's going on? He's swinging the mop again, yelling that he doesn't care and will just kill them. You fucking bastards. A text box appears above him, mentioning goblins' weaknesses. He suddenly understands and swings his mop even faster. That's the key. A disembodied voice tells the survivors they can kill them. He wonders if it's true, despite what he's doing with the mop. A man in the back thinks, grandma. He seems shocked at what he's seeing. Someone yells to keep the dad conscious. A thought enters someone's mind, that student, who is he exactly? Panting, he stares at the student, his weapon raised but unsure. He struggles. Someone calls out to him covered in blood. Excuse me, student. Kwon Kyung-soo introduces himself, a former soldier with a strong build. Kyung-soo thinks about the need to keep distance. He mentions the monsters are still crashing into things. He finally pieces it together. So I was looking for a reason and I noticed their legs are thinner. He thinks staring at the fallen goblin, but to catch that and lead people in this extreme situation. Kyung-soo asks the student if he has any plans after this. He thinks he has an idea, but he's in bad shape. A bloodied figure kneels over a fallen man, whispering, "I'm sorry, Dad." Another survivor sits in shock. This is all just a dream. He asks, "All right, what's the plan?" He decides, "We need barricades." An administrator said to knock down monsters with hanger rods. We must hurry. He realizes if it was the end of the tutorial, the administrator would have appeared by now. More monsters are coming. He understands what Kyung-soo is saying. They're flipping shelves for barricades. People notice him taking charge again. A survivor shouts, "Excuse me, student." Others begin to offer help. "Will help, just tell us what to do." Someone asks if they should just stack the shelves. The student reflects on the age of Junho. He tells the others to find weapons and group up, in case there are still monsters alive. An ominous noise rings out. It's coming from the escalator. Someone yells to grab anything they can find. The goblins screech as they slam into something with an impact. It appears that the barricades are holding strong. Kyung-soo tells the student that at least they can fight. He asks him to wait. The men fly backwards from a sudden burst of energy. One cries out, clutching his arm in pain, "That crazy bitch." The older man smiles, taking a sip. He really went and made a boiler.